of how to do synthetic division. And I'm going to use 4 examples. The first thing about synthetic division is that I'm going to do, in this video, some simple synthetic division where you have a polynomial being divided by a binomial, and the binomial that we're going to be using in this video, the coefficients are all 1, and they're a degree of 1. So, for example, I'm not going to be dividing something by x squared plus 2, okay, because that's got a degree of 2. So let's just walk through it and do it by example. We're going to go ahead and make a little right angle marking, or little half a rectangle right here. And I'm going to use the, if you think of this binomial as in this form x minus a, I'm going to be using the a value, or you can think of it as the opposite of this constant. Since this is -1, I am going to be using 1 right here. Then straight across, I'm going to list the coefficients of all of the terms, and last the constant, if there is one. And if I skip any terms, like for example, if it skips from something x squared, or sorry, something x cubed to something x, I'm going to fill in a 0 term so that we have all the terms listed in descending order. So starting with the coefficients, I'm going to list 10. Then I'm going to list 3, little space between each one, and then my last number is going to be my constant. All right. Then I'm just going to have draw a horizontal line. I'm going to basically leave one space right below this row of numbers, kind of enough to write more numbers, and draw a horizontal line. All right. The first step in using synthetic division is to bring down this first number, the constant. I'm going to bring down my 10. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and take this bottom number and multiply it by the number up here. So 10 times 1 equals 10. I'm going to place that on the second row, right below the next term, or the coefficient of the next term. Now, unlike long division, in synthetic division, you're actually going to add the 2 rows together. So it's going to be 3 plus 10. That's 13. All right. I'm going to go ahead and multiply 13 times 1 and place it right here. It's going to give me 13. And then I'm going to go ahead and add straight down, and that's going to give me 18. All right. The trick is, let me just go and look here. With this, I'm going to double check everything. Got a 10, got a 3, got a 5. Divided by x minus 1, so there's a 1 there. Looks all good. Okay. Now the trick is, first, if you have a number in the very last, in the bottom row in the far right, that's going to be a remainder. The other numbers are going to be used as coefficients and a constant, and I'm going to lower the degree of the original polynomial by 1. So this is a degree of 2. So I'm going to basically turn this into something x. I'm going to use the 10. And it's going to be plus 13, because this is going to represent my last number, the constant. And then plus, in this case, my remainder of 18 over, and then I'm going to go ahead and write my original binomial x plus, or x minus 1. Let me walk through another one. Because it's through the same process, I'm going to go ahead and make a little right angle here. I'm going to list the, this is, I could rewrite this as k plus 3. And it's just 3 that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to write the opposite value of 3, which is -3. Okay. Now I'm going to list the coefficients of all these terms, starting from the one with the highest degree and go all the way to the left. All right, so the first term is, I could rewrite this in standard form, and I guess I could just go ahead and do that so we could see it. It would be k cubed minus 4k squared, and then we've got minus 30k and minus 18. And so I'm going to be using the 1, the -4, the -30, and the -18 in my horizontal line right here. So it's going to be 1, -4, -30, and -18. And I'm going to skip a row and draw a horizontal line. I'm going to start by bringing down my first number, my 1. Then I'm going to multiply this bottom number by the number here, -3. I'm going to add these two together. That's going to give me -7. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and multiply -7 by -3. That's going to give me a +21. And I'm going to add these two together. And that was going to be, so -30 plus 21 is going to give me a -9. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and multiply -9 times -3, a +27. I'll add these two together, and I'm going to get a 9. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use these numbers. This last one here is going to be my remainder. I'm going to use the 1 and the -7 as coefficients, and the -9 as a constant. All right, so I'm just going to lower the original polynomial by 1 degree. And actually, I'm going to look over here because it's in the proper form, k cubed. So really, it's just going to be 1k cubed, or just k cubed. I'm sorry, k squared, because I am lowering it by 1 degree. Negative 7, okay, k, and -9. I've got a remainder of 9, so I'm going to write it like this. Remainder 9, or I'm sorry, let me just erase that. It's supposed to be a plus sign. 9 over, and this number here was k plus 3. My plus sign didn't come out very well. There you go. So these are the two answers for these two problems, here and here. Let me walk you through two more examples. This first one, I've got 4 terms. It looks like it's already in standard form, and it's in descending order. I'm not really skipping any terms, so I can go ahead and get started. And make my little box. I'm going to use a +7 here, a different color. And then across here in a horizontal line, I'm going to use a 1, a -13, a 40, and an 18. Okay, I'm going to draw a horizontal line, leaving space above it for me to write numbers. I'm going to bring down the first number, that's a 1. I'm going to multiply 1 times 7 and place that number here, or that product. I'm going to add together -13 and 7. That's going to give me a -6. I'm going to multiply 7 and -6 and get -42. I'm going to add together, get -2. I'm going to multiply 7 times -2. It's going to be -14. And add these two numbers together, I'm going to get a 4. Okay, just as a reminder, my 4 is my remainder. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite all this. I'm going to lower this original polynomial by 1 degree, so it's going to be 1x squared, or just x squared, and then -6x minus 2. And since I have a remainder of 4, it's going to be plus 4 over x minus 7. One last one to try. You might want to just go ahead and hit the pause button and try this yourself, and then rerun the video and see if you get it right. Okay, make my little box. I'm going to put a -4. I'm going to cross the top here. Now notice that it goes from x cubed to x. So I'm going to go ahead and have to skip something here. So I'm going to have 1, so this is 1x cubed. I'll put a 1 there. For x squared, I'm going to put a 0, because there is no x squared term, or no quadratic term. I'm going to go ahead and use my -6 and my 1. I'm going to make a space, draw a horizontal line, and start bringing down numbers. I'm going to bring down my 1, then I'm going to multiply -4 times 1 and get -4. I'm going to bring down -4, and then I'm going to go ahead and multiply -4 times -4, which is 16. I'm going to add these two together. I'm going to get 10. I'm going to multiply -4 times 10 and get -40. And I'm going to go ahead and add -40 and 1 and get -39. That's my remainder. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write this as 1x squared, or x squared, minus 4, or negative 4, x, and then plus 10. And since it's a remainder of negative 39, I need to put a negative sign there. So minus 39 over x plus 4. And there you have it.